hit it down. See,
Oh, they're looking at the video now.
they're gonna have to. That was a blatant PK.
All right, well, we'll check it out. So, well, I was saying that, yeah, Mal, I've said this for years about Barca
Look.
and the Real Madrid.
Oh, he hit his
No,
shoulder.
no,
Okay, hit his shoulder.
no, he shouldered it. No, no, that's total shoulder. That's cool. But,
okay,
all right.
my bad.
all right, so anywho, I've said this for years, but here's the problem: the European whatever it is that runs the soccer, the UEFA, they're afraid to sit there and reprimand teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid because reasons. And I'll tell you what, wasn't it a couple years ago where Barcelona was found guilty of having done illegal transfers and all this, and so they were banned from doing it for 2 years? Yet during that time, they still were able to sign Luis Suarez. How was that possible? And how did nobody say anything during that time? And
yeah, those sanctions were lifted. They're like, it's like doing the minimal jail time. They're like, oh, for what, good behavior? Or
yeah,
some shit?
pretty much. and so for me, it's a bunch of BS.
It is. It's stupid.
It is. It fucks up other teams' plans and ideas. I mean, I was very adamant about this last year when Liverpool had a pretty good preseason. They go into the Premier League, with kind of good hopes and everything, and the next thing you know, Barcelona wants to sign Coutinho.
Yeah, you kind of messed them up because
and then Coutinho doesn't play the first 4 games or something
through injury, but they're playing for
alleged
the national
injury.
team.
Yeah, alleged injury that never occurred. So yeah, it's that kind of shit that needs to stop. And then there's a lot of arrogance with those two teams that feel that they can go ahead and do that to any other team in the world. I'm not talking about just the Liverpools. I'm talking about the Manchester. They did it to Roma just recently, who's not a small team in Italy. So it's there has to be some sort of parity, I think, and that's the problem with the UEFA. There is no parity. They just let these two particular teams do whatever they want, and that's got to stop. I think anyway.
I still don't get it with players nowadays. You're playing for Liverpool. That should stand on its own. Yeah, Barcelona is a big club, but it's Liverpool. I don't have to say anything else to defend that. It's fucking Liverpool. Why would you want to go anywhere else than Liverpool? It's like, bro, this team is going to embrace you. The fans are going to embrace you. It's a great league, better than the Spanish league, and you're going to go over there for what? For money?
Yeah, that's pretty much it, unfortunately.
I've always wanted to play for Barcelona.
Yeah,
since when?
Since when?
They threw a freaking truckload at you? Get out of here with that.
So they threw a truckload of money at you, right? But I mean, I think maybe that attitude is starting to change because some of the coaching that's been going on in these other leagues. I think people want to come and play for a Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, he's a player's coach.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about Conte. What went wrong at Chelsea? I thought he was. I mean, you go into.
You never know what happens behind closed doors. Maybe he's a racist dickhead or
maybe,
an asshole.
Yeah, but I mean, the guy won you the championship his first year there. So
Well, also Chelsea and in the Man Cities, you think with all that money they would have been winning all the championships right now?
Yes, it's true. Now let me ask you a question. How does
Southgate?
So how does Cristiano Ronaldo do at Juventus?
Oh man, it's like I put it in my Instagram earlier today. I wish he played against Paolo Maldini in his prime.
Yes, exactly.
He would have got smashed and he would have been crying. Paolo Maldini would have looked at him like, you know what, bro, get up.
You didn't let me play. But I mean, it looks like to me. I still don't see the logic of him going to play with Juventus, other than, like you said, the money. Because, I mean, come on, man. Real would have accepted him until the day he...
Oh, yeah. Even Florentino Perez said that they wouldn't spend money, or they wouldn't take any money in the world. I'm like, somebody had budged, or maybe he wanted to leave, and he's like, instead of dealing with that headache of being Ronaldo the diva, just let him go.
Well, I think it's also a matter of, if he wants to go, we're going to get something for him.
Yeah, might as well get him now. Squeeze all the money you can out for him.
Exactly. I mean, and most teams don't dare to do that, Eric Abidal, former Barcelona player.
Ex-cancer patient?
Yeah, well, he denies that he got a liver transplant. I'm not too sure why you need to go on record and deny that.
Why did he deny that shit?
I don't know.
What, he drank a lot in Barcelona or what?
He just decided that, hey, he needed to tell the world that, hey,
What the fuck? That's some like odd news.
Exactly. He needs to tell the world that he did not have a liver transplant. Later, let me see. So next week, La Liga starts.
Does the Bundesliga start also? Or just
I believe the Bundesliga starts as well next week.
yeah, because I was like looking at all the teams, and I guess only the Premier League started in
Yep,
in Europe.
only the
obviously.
Premier League. And so next week we will have. We were supposed to have something going on with La Liga this week, which we will in our second hour.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah,
like,
but
second hour, like I said, let's just cut it short.
there you go. And Mo Salah almost scored again. Now let me ask you a question. You think Mo Salah's going to be scoring 40 goals this season for Liverpool like he did last year?
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He already opened up his account in the first
Yeah.
half hour of the game.
Hello. So, anyways, 40 goals we were talking about. So, you said he opened up his account. You think he's going to score 40 goals again? Especially.
Well, yeah, he almost came close right now.
Oh, this is true. So
I'm sure he's going to get plenty of chances to do that and not hit it at the goalie.
This is true. Let me ask you. Let's talk real quick before we sign off for the evening, our show, or the evening or the morning, right? Let's go through the table real quick and just kind of give me your views on some of the teams here, where they'll end up. Like I said, the consensus that I've been reading on has been mostly Liverpool number 2, Manchester City number 1. And as we know right now, as of this recording, Manchester City is in last place with no points, man.
You haven't played like Arsenal. Arsenal, I'm sure, down there too.
Well, yeah,
They're gonna get relegated.
Yeah, they're gonna get relegated. They're in danger of getting relegated. The way the that the standings are as we speak are of Chelsea's in first. What do you think Chelsea's gonna do this year?
Probably they won't reach the top 5. They'll probably be like the middle of the pack. If
You think it'll be number 6
probably
like
get
last
rid
year?
of the coach.
Yeah. Bournemouth. I think they're outside the top
Suspects,
10.
yeah.
Yeah.
Middle of the table.
Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace looked impressive yesterday, except that they were playing against Cardiff. So
Well, they got that Wilfred Zaha, whatever.
yeah, but is that enough to
It's the only name I know from CP.
Yeah, they might. They're gonna avoid relegation, but they're gonna.
They'll be looking behind them. They're like, see the championship behind us. we have to do something about this.
Watford to me, nice little defensive unit.
Watford's always been. Oh no, I'm thinking about Stoke, but they're in the championship.
Yeah, they're in the championship league. Yeah. So yeah, it's Watford. Yeah. All right. So Manchester United. Where do you see them now? The pundits that I was reading up on either put him 3rd or 4th. One of them put him 2nd.
And to see what they do, Scrappy wins, Mourinho wins.
See, that's another thing that you hit it on something. I think it's parking the bus and Mourinho, not wanting to risk anything.
Yeah.
Some people were calling it a scrappy win. I don't think it was a scrappy win, my ass. It was, I scored a goal, and I'm going to drop everybody back and defend it. That's not scrappy.
No, that's just shit
Yeah.
mentality. Especially in the Premier League. You don't play like that in the Premier League. You play to score more goals
Right.
and see who scores the most.
It's, the scrappy to me is like, kind of like what Leicester was doing the year that they won. They were pulling wins out of their ass.
They weren't parking the bus. They were there attacking until the 90th.
Yeah, because they figured, what do we have to lose?
Yeah.
That's scrappy.
Yeah, that's scrappy.
All right. But where do you see Manchester United?
Either Europa League or barely qualifying for Champions League. And like I said, they're probably going to be the new Arsenal. In the 4th. And that's speaking of my favorite team.
Uh-huh.
But I don't like Mourinho as a coach. I've never liked him. I thought he was a piece of shit
With Chelsea?
with Chelsea, and now he's with Man U, his dream club, quote unquote. He said.
That's right.
Uh,
And then the next club he goes to, that'll be his dream club as well. Yeah. All right. So you pick him 3rd or 4th.
yeah.
Here's a team that I'm kind of suspect on, and I'll tell you, yesterday I wasn't too impressed with them, although some articles I read said that they look like trophy winners. I didn't think so, but okay. Tottenham Hotspurs.
That,
No, good.
They have the same team from they did, but a couple years they haven't changed anything. They didn't get anybody.
They didn't really get anybody
They
this
were
year.
trying
no.
to get rid of a couple players, but
Yeah, but they
they
did.
got Kane. They got the guy that can't
Kane!
speak. What was it? Kobe went for an interview or something, and he was speaking to Kane, and Kobe's like, I didn't understand a fucking word he said. Like, damn, that's how thick his accent is or something. Like,
I could understand what Kane was saying. I think he's all right.
and
Kane, is coming off a great World Cup. He won the Golden Boot. But Tottenham to me is a question mark. They look like they have a good team. I think they could be a top 4 team, but I think they're going to be battling all year to try to get into the top 4. Yeah.
It's going to be hard for them this year to crack the top 4. It's going to be like frog. What is that fucking thing when you leapfrogging over people and stuff like that? I don't think it's going to be like that with the teams.
What do you think about Everton? Everton made the biggest splash as far as like signing all these players, and man, they could only muster a tie yesterday. And I'll tell you what, they were down 10 men. I give them that. All right, fine, but both the goals that they gave up, they weren't cheap goals, man. They were pretty damn good goals, and they weren't cheap goals. They were.
Maybe you're telling me they should have invested in a goalie, or
they should have
invested a couple defenders.
They got Pickford, who I believe is the backup for England, right? So
got Karius and
this is true.
And Milner as a backup for Liverpool, and that's where they're at.
Yeah, but let me see. Karius, I think he's not on the German squad, but Simon Mignonet, he's the backup goalie to Courtois in Belgium. Yeah, all right. I see your point. Wolverhampton, like I said, was. I thought they were impressive. I like their grit. That's a scrappy team.
Yeah.
But do they have the firepower to, I think they'll stay in the Premier League. I don't know if they're going to, really make a dent against the big boys, but against the Evertons of the world, I guess they're going to. They didn't look bad. I mean, they played pretty well. Here's the biggest question mark of all, and we're going to find out later today, and I'm sure we'll discuss it on our Wednesday broadcast.
Yeah.
Arsenal. Ahmed Arni is their new coach.
Yeah,
I have no idea who he is. I've never heard of him. In the lead up to the Premier League season, Arsenal in the preseason looked okay. They didn't look, they didn't
check them out.
Yeah, they didn't look like they were setting the world on fire, and it's just going to be interesting. 22 years since Arsenal has had a new coach.
That's a long time.
It is a long time. We're talking Tommy Lasorda type of tenures.
That would be cool if Wenger's in the house, just hanging out. Hey, what's up?
Wenger
oh,
go.
shit, I'm supposed to.
Wenger's going to be going, I will not hang out with you.
But he's still a legend, regardless of what he.
No, of course he's a legend.
He won the treble. He won the Invincibles.
Yep,
did a lot of good with the teams he had.
Yep, I mean, he had a lot of talent. Yeah,
that's always a weird name for that guy.
Snodgrass. He was.
Oh, he's in West Ham. Oh shit! I thought I was watching Burnley or something.
No. Burnley and Southampton just restarted. Liverpool and West Ham are about to restart as well. Liverpool up 2-0 at the half. On that second goal was really weird, but it was.
What a dumbass goalie.
Yeah, it's like let it get out bounce. Oh
no! What's going on here? Oh shit.
So let's continue down the way. So Arsenal, I'm very interested in seeing Arsenal. I want to see. I want to see what the news is with them and
nowadays.
Yeah, Burnley.
Probably relegation.
Yeah. They'll be flirting with relegation and stuff. Yeah. Liverpool, what do you think of them? I think that they either are going to be second place or they're going to win it. It's either or for me.
Liverpool fans have been waiting how many years?
30-some years.
And they came close with Brendan Rodgers.
Yep.
Klopp has a team. He knows what to do with them. As we're watching right now, he hasn't played in the first game lights out.
Yeah.
If you continue like this, they could overtake Manchester City.
I think that the reason why there was so many, especially early signings, with
who is that dude? Is that Pellegrini?
It is Pellegrini.
What the fuck? He's coaching West Ham?
I don't think so.
Well, he's in the West Ham bench.
Okay. So, anyways,
I keep looking at him like, what the fuck? He looks
Mhm.
familiar.
yeah, he used to coach City, right?
Yeah.
So, anywho, I think what the news is with Liverpool, especially with the runs that they made last.